Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and all the guests present here. A warm welcome to the meeting number 27 of Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. I am the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, and my name is Maanvi Kumar. I'm sure you all are excited as I am today for the meeting. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours, and you all are requested to please be there throughout the time. Before the start of the meeting, I have few points to highlight. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Audio should be on only when you are supposed to speak or asked to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, but at Gabby's Online Toastmasters, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Also, urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and in spirit, hence ensuring there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertone that create hostility and discomfort for the members and guests. Now, I would like to call upon stage the presiding officer of the meeting. He is someone who I usually look up to, the VPPR of both Gabby's and Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club, the president elect, and someone who has completed around 9 parts and is a double DTM. With a huge round of applause, I would like to give the stage to Distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh. Distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, and a warm welcome to the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club meeting number 27. I hereby declare the meeting to order. Eat the frog first is the meeting theme today. And at the Gabbys, honestly, one of the things that we consider as eating the frog is the distinguished club points. So that's why we kind of get it done in the first 2, 3, 4 months of the year, so that the rest of the year we can spend time in learning and not looking at the dashboard time and again. So the way we look at this entire Toastmasters journey is that learning is important. Learning is the most important thing that we do, but at the same time, we don't also want to get go of the awards, the rewards, the accolades that come with it. So that we are not spending all our time in just planning for DCP and becoming a President's Distinguished Club and all that. So typically the way we plan is that get new members, get the education awards that you need, do all your administrative tasks, attend the training, and get those 9 points on the board before you are closing it for the year. That has been true for the Gabbys from the day one. That has been true for the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club since its inception. The Gabbys International just started a few weeks back, so it will take a little bit of time to pick up on this, but then definitely we are also on track for that. People who are new to this meeting, the entire Toastmasters format, I don't think there are any guests there, but assuming I do see a few names that I'm not familiar with, so I'll give a quick history of the Toastmasters movement, which started in 1924, and this year we are celebrating the 100 years of Toastmasters. Movement started in 1924 by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in just one club that started and in USA, and now today it's a movement across the globe in close to 150 countries, 16,000 clubs, and close to 300,000 members. So I see one guest here in the meeting, Amit Bharadwaj. Amit, are you a guest or are you a Toastmaster?
I'm a guest, sir. My first meeting today.
Okay, Amit, quick 30 seconds. What do you know about Toastmasters?
I just know that it's a platform where people come to learn the right way to communicate and speak publicly. So that's what I'm here for.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amit, for sharing your perspective. And Amit, where are you from? From Bangalore or from?
I'm from Bangalore itself.
Bangalore. Okay. And you are studying?
Yes. I am going for my MBA in 6 months.
Lovely. So you are at the right place because at MBA, we prepare leaders for the management jobs, and at Toastmasters, we made leaders. So I think you can start your journey of being a leader from here and then kind of add more fineness and finish to it as you enter your MBA course. All the best for your future, Amit. I also see MJ Biradar. Are you a guest?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I joined as a guest.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, sir, in 30 seconds, please?
Yeah, I'm the professional working. Actually, I joined for this course to understand and go to. I would like to join for the public speaking skills. I want to learn public speaking skills.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. And just to let you know, all know that at Toastmasters, we definitely work on our communication skills, we work on our leadership skills, but we work on a lot of other skills too. Like, for example, we learn a lot about things that's happening on particular subject matters. Like today, you will be learning about a book, which is Eat That Frog First. You will also learn how to conduct a panel discussion. That is not something that's directly related to public speaking, but definitely that's something that's going to help in your public speaking journey. I also see quite a few visiting Toastmasters. I see Toastmaster Iqbal. I see distinguished Toastmaster Yusuf Chandra. I see our, not a guest anymore, Dina McInroy, our family, rather. We have Toastmaster Tara Kumar Tarachand, Toastmaster Shivani, Toastmaster Shubhadra, Toastmaster Mukund Joshi. Thank you so much, Mukund, for joining us. Toastmaster Mukund is actually the president of one of the iconic clubs of District 92, Smedley Speaker Society, one of the clubs that we have learned a lot from since our foundational days. Thank you, Mukund, for joining our meeting. Sincerely appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
And we have got distinguished Toastmaster Lisa Thompson as well. Yeah, Mukund, you were saying something?
No, I was just thanking you, Sourav. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mukund. Thank you for joining us. And I will not take any more time because we've got a lot of stuff and interesting stuff coming up. So I'm going to hand the stage over to the Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Keshav Garg. Keshav is currently working in Accenture as an associate software developer. He completed his bachelor's in computer applications from Ghaziabad, likes to play piano, and is fond of reading novels. Keshav believes in the quote by Lao Tzu, a journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. So that was his formal introduction, but it has always been my practice to give a small introduction at a personal level about the person I'm introducing. So here's what I know about Keshav at a personal level. Very recently, we had chartered the third club of the Gabbys International Toastmaster Clubs. And I was looking for a few charter officers. So I reached out to a few people. And one of those who enthusiastically raised their hands and said, I will take over the responsibility of being a charter officer, and that too of a treasurer, is our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Keshav Garg. So a go-getter, a doer, someone who believes in leading from the front, at a really, really motivated Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Keshav Garg. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, TTM Sourav Dutta, for such a brief introduction and such a lovely one. Greetings, fellow Toastmaster. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vij. Eat that frog. Well, by looking at the flyer or the content, you all got an idea what is this thing we're gonna know about. Like Eat That Frog would be related to setting up your task on a daily basis, doing it on a punctual basis, and to make sure to do your tasks into most efficient way. But before directly jump into that Eat That Frog stuff, I would like to know from you all, like in the layman language, apart from this book stuff, when the three words came in your mind, what do you understand by Eat That Frog? Anyone would like to answer? Yes, Toastmaster Wimpy.
I think like Eat That Frog would be doing the most difficult task among whatever activities we have to do. It could be from office perspective or could be personal thing. So I feel it is like doing the most difficult task. So remaining tasks would be easier to do.
Indeed, Toastmaster MP. Anyone else would like to share anything? Like apart from this concept, if you heard randomly 3 words, eat that frog, what was the first thought that came in your mind? Non-veg. Okay.
TM
So
Kumar, something impossible.
something impressive. Nice. So let me share my frog story. Well, when I shared with my mom that I am the Toastmaster of the day and I choose the theme named Eat That Frog. Well, her first reaction was like, you, how can you choose the theme something like that? And then I explained her, like, Eat That Frog is not like something eating the frog. Well, it is the vibrant manual by Brian Tracy, and that offers the multiple tactics to overcome procrastination and boost productivity. It also offers a feast of time management tips for the help to finish your to-do list. Based on your humorous metaphor of talking your hardest assignment, that is the frog, your first thing in the morning. The book focuses on the right things, not just doing the task, but also imparts knowledge about how to prioritize projects and make specific goals and divide work into manageable chunks. He demonstrates how everything changed their daily routines to increase productivity and success with the touch of self-control and decision making. Now, before my mom asks any questions related to it, let this conversation keep aside and let's see how the standard Toastmasters meeting looks like. Well, there are 3 sessions in standard Toastmasters meeting. The first one is the prepared speech session, in which the member prepare their speeches according to the pathway that has been assigned to those that individual, and according to that pathway, they deliver their speeches. Second one is the table topic session, in which members and guests are empowered to take the topics that could be help them to work on their impromptu skills. Third, and the most important one is the evaluation session, in which the whole meeting is evaluated as a sum. Now, before any delay, let me call upon the stage the journal evaluator of today, that is DTM Usha. Well, TTM Usha is a passionate Toastmasters for 20 years with a quest for learning. Over to you, journal evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Keshav. It's such a pleasure getting back to Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. And lovely to see so many guests joining in today. So let's move on to my role as a general evaluator and what all should I be doing in that role. First is it said that we work as a team in Toastmasters. We have less of I and more of us as a Toastmaster. We usually work like that. And in order for a meeting to be successful, we have a lot of role players in a meeting. So let's start with who the other role players are who are going to be taking up very significant roles. Let's start with the timer. We in Toastmasters value time the most, I think. And today, our timer is Toastmaster Gihan, who is an electrical engineer by profession, working at the Muragola Hydro Project in Sri Lanka. In his free time, he enjoys playing badminton and tending to his garden. He has a deep passion for engaging in welfare and charity activities. Please join me in welcoming our timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Gihan Wickramasinghe. Over to you, Gihan.
Time management is essential to ensure that all planned activities can be accommodated within the meeting. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, dear Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer today's meeting, I will time the panel discussion, table topic session, and also the evaluation. And also I will alert each session of the time raising green, yellow, and red cards. For the panel discussion today, the allocated time will be 20 to 40 minutes. I will raise
That is
green.
I think that is the project speech, right? Do you have a project speech today? One speech is there, right?
Today only panel discussion.
Only
Yes.
panel discussion. Okay.
Yes.
It is a project speech.
Then I will raise green card at 20 minutes. Then I will raise yellow card at 30 minutes. And I will raise red card at 40 minutes. For the table topic speeches, the allocated timing will be 1 to 2 minutes. I will raise green card at first minute, yellow card at first and half minute, and red card at second minute. There will be 30-second grace period in upper end. Then for the evaluations, the allocated timing will be 2 to 3 minutes. I will raise green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, red card at 3 minutes. There will be 30-second grace period in upper and lower end. I will give my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Madam General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gihan. I'll now move on to our next role player who works as a full stack developer in Travelopia and is a tech trainer. He loves storytelling and listening to music. He always tries to be the best version of himself. Please put your hands together for the counter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal. Over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Madam Usha. So the purpose of our counter is to listen and make a note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all speakers and role players of today's meeting. This report would focus on 5 major things. That is, I'll be counting filler words such as and and inappropriate interjections, for instance, and, well, but, so, you know. The use of crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, etc. Repetitive words or phrases in the form of I, or this means, unintentional long or short pauses made by the speakers will be reported by me when called upon by G at the end of meeting during GA session. So I would urge every speaker to use minimum of this crutch word so that you make a great impact on your speech without any breaks. Back to you, Toastmaster, General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. Very well explained role. We'll now move on to our next role player. After 7 years in sales, in the past 2 years, she's into training and development, conducting proficiency enhancement sessions for diverse audiences in India. She's currently based out of the USA. Please put your hands together for the grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Smruti. Over to you, Smruti.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. As we are keeping a check on the timer and the R counter, let's be mindful about the choices of word today. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take a note of any misuse of the English language, as well as any outstanding word, quote, saying, or thought. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is opulent. The spelling is O-P-U-L-E-N-T. I'll paste the same over the chat, but there is a trick to the pronunciation. Let's unmute ourselves and try to pronounce it. Let's be mindful. O-P-U-L-E-N-T, but let's not spell it as opulent. It's not opulent, it's opulent. Can we try it once?
Opulent.
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 That's great. That's great. The word stands for wealthy, luxurious. Thank you so much. The word stands for wealthy, luxurious,
In the United States, we say.
Okay, am I audible clearly now?
Yeah, it's okay. Continue.
Okay. The meaning of this word is wealthy, luxurious, lavish, rich, successful, and well off. Couple of examples to use this particular terminology is they live a very opulent lifestyle. The site was an opulent surprise for the stranger. So I'll paste it over the chat. I encourage every speaker to try and use this word of the day. I'll come back with my report once called upon by the General Evaluator. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smruti, for a very detailed explanation of your role. Thank you very much for that. We have another very interesting role player here today, and she is a certified image consultant and soft skills trainer by profession. Her interest in public speaking and leadership skills made her join Toastmasters. She is a triple crown winner and a double path breaker. She is the founder of Imaginatic Image Consulting Services. Please put your hands together for the listener or an active listener of today's meeting, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Hedge. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, TTM Usha, ma'am. As a listener, I will listen attentively to everyone who and make note of important points. At the end, I will ask some interesting questions, and you will get to know listening skills of everyone in the meeting. Over to you, GE, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi. As a general evaluator, it is my role today to take care of everything that's happening from the start when the Sergeant at Arms started the meeting right until the end when I hand over back to the president of the club or the presiding officer or Toastmaster of the day. And I've already started my role, and I wish everyone a great meeting ahead. With this, I'd like to hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Keshav. Thank you so much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Usha, and all the tag team. Now let's start with the first session. Today we do have interesting panel discussion. And the speaker for that, the speaker of today is Toastmaster Bindu Joseph. And TTM, distinguished Toastmaster Farhaz, will be evaluating Toastmaster Bindu. So TTM Farhaz. Okay, I can see him in the meeting. Before calling her Toastmaster Bindu on stage, let me define the objective and the speech titles. So today she will be delivering her level 5 project 2 of dynamic leadership, and the project title is Moderate a Panel Discussion. Well, the purpose of this project is for a member to apply his or her skills as a public speaker and leader to facilitate a panel discussion. Talking about Toastmaster Bindu, she called herself a high-level introvert with a thin creative streak running through several aspects of her life. Taking up today's challenge of putting herself out there to moderate a 40-minute panel discussion is definitely her walking the talk of her today's day. In the next half an hour or so, you will actually see her eat her frog. Hopefully she won't choke it on. All the best to her. Timer, please note that the timing of the panel discussion is 20 to 40 minutes. You should be showing the green card at 20 minutes, yellow card at 30 minutes, and the red card at 40 minutes. So Toastmaster Bindu. Toastmaster Bindu, dreams. Dreams, Toastmaster Bindu.
Thank you. Could I also have my other three panelists on the screen, please? Thank you so much. So let's talk about dreams. They say that have dreams, miracles can happen. Do you really believe that? Do I really believe that? Well, a lot of fallacies in that particular sentence, a lot of limitations of that. What are they? Let's take number one, fear. I often don't have the courage to dream. Once that vision of a dream just comes into the mind, it just gets stifled with thoughts like, can I do it? Will it happen? It's not going to happen. Negative thoughts. And then you have the evil twin of fear, procrastination. All of us have that mile-long to-do list every day, and we just put aside that chore, we may even consider it a chore, of thinking about a better tomorrow, about thinking about a better us, procrastination. And of course, the stepsister, laziness. Do I have to elaborate on laziness? I don't think I do. We all are familiar with it. Now, do any of you know who Ray Kroc is? Can I see a show of hands? That's what I thought so. Let me just try to quote him. Persistence is the most important thing in life, in success. Talent is not. The world is full of unsuccessful, talented people. And genius is not. I mean, unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education is not. Again, the world is full of educated dialects. Persistence and perseverance are omnipotent towards success. Now, Ray Kroc, yes, who is he? Probably someone you won't expect. He's a CEO of McDonald's. Yes, McDonald's, an iconic global food chain that has reached every corner, including wherever you are. I'm 100% sure of it. Now, okay, you may not be a fan of fast food. I'm not. But then I can be inspired by a person like Ray Kroc because he was a milkshake vendor, but a visionary with a dream. And he showed us and is showing us how dreams can come true. Not only come true, can live beyond you as well. So today we are here to talk about the power of dreams, the tips and tricks of making dreams come true, and so many other things. And to do that, we have with you in our panel 3 inspiring, powerful Gabbians to tell us about their concept, their perception about dreams, their dreams maybe. And like I said, maybe give us some hints, encouragement, inspiration, tips on how to follow our dreams. Now, I'm going to start the panel with panelist number 1, DTM Nancy, the queen bee of Gabbys, the woman who can make anything come true. Now, for a little twist in this panel, I'm not going to introduce her formally. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself with relation to that beautiful background, which I'm assuming represents her dream. Nancy, the floor is to you. Please tell us what that beautiful dream is all about.
Hi, everyone. A very warm evening. This background is more about me being a businesswoman. This is how I picture myself, and this is my picture only. A little bit about me. I am an engineer who dreams to be a businesswoman. So how I entered into engineering, yet wanted to be a businesswoman, that's a little bit of a story. When I was in the first year of my college, I used to think that I am from business family and I had no idea of service life. So business is the only thing I knew about and I wanted to get into that only. From there on, it started. I completed my engineering. I worked as a network engineer for almost 3 years. Then left that job, thought a little bit more about it, whether I really want to do it or not. Then I got to know about coaches and trainers, self-employed freelancers, and entrepreneurs as well. I thought maybe this is my way to be an entrepreneur. Then from there on, I heard about an institute called Image Consulting Business Institute. That helps you with the coaching and training business. For that, you need money. Again, I was back into the job market, worked as data analyst for another 2 years, earned enough for myself to get into ICBI, got certified as personal branding coach. Again, left the job, worked as an entrepreneur for 3 years, set up my dream. Things didn't stay correct. Again, back into job market. Now I'm working as senior data analyst, certified personal branding coach, and an entrepreneur in the making. So that's a little bit about me, my dream, my introduction. That's me. Over to you, Bindu.
Oh my gosh, Nancy, you are making me feel a little bit inadequate. We always quote as doctors that we have long years and of exams after hurdle after hurdle. But I think with it, a lot of us are not aware of, if you are in a profession like you have chosen, being an entrepreneur, how many times you have to go through that process and, let's say, trod the untrodden path. Then, Nancy, you have described, so much about how you reach that particular this thing. Is there any one point, can you put one person or one event that gave you the confidence to start the process? The first initial dream.
Well, I really have to think through who was that one person, because I always believe that there were so many people who have inspired me. But to start off with one person, I'll start off with my mom. My mom has always been the backbone for my dad. Although my dad was at the forefront handling our family business, but whatever challenges he has been through, my mom was there as a strong backbone. So from there on, I knew that yes, in a conservative family like mine, where we had no women into job, or for that matter, forget business, my mom was the one supporting my dad. From there on, I started dreaming that yes, that's how I would like to build my character and be into the field. So that's my one word answer. My mom, she inspired me.
Nancy, what a beautiful insight. And it's true that, you have your inspiration constantly at hand, like someone who is close, near or dear to you, someone you respect, a mentor. There are chances that you are going to persevere in your dream, that you have someone who has maybe done it and inspire you to continue on it. So perhaps having that certain someone related or attached to a dream is pretty important. Thank you, Nancy, for sharing that. Now I'd like to invite our second panelist, DTM Sourav. Now, Sourav, if Toastmasters could have a legion of heroes, I think you'd be right up there. I mean, he's there with us week after week, month after month, climbing level after level, path after path. I mean, really, yes, I can see you there. So, Sourav, it's obvious that you don't believe in dreaming small, you dream big. We've all seen you at multiple peaks. Maybe you could inspire us with something on how not to limit yourself to one small dream. Either have a big dream or have multiple dreams. Anything might be possible because you're proof that it is possible. So, Sourav, before you go into that question, I would first like to ask you, you don't have your dream background, but all of us have seen it in the promo. Could you describe yourself with relation to that dream background?
Yeah. So before I go into my dream background or my dreams, I'll tell you a little bit about the background of it. So I come from a very middle class family in Calcutta. Even today, my parents don't have a car. Forget about a car, they don't even have their own bicycle. And my dad actually doesn't even know how to ride a bicycle. Forget about driving a car or riding a bike. So that's the background that I come from. And from my childhood, one thing I've seen is that one of the biggest constraints that we have as humans is that our inability to be somewhere at the time that we want to be. Now, for example, my dad used to work somewhere, and from there, my house was close to around 1.5, 2 kilometers. And every time he used to struggle that, okay, if I want to come in the afternoon, during the break, then I can't because the break is very short of 2 hours, that much of time it will take for me to just reach there. And my dad was more like my mom, and my mom was more like my dad. So I've been raised by a very feminist father, and a true sense of a feminist. Not, I'm not talking about the very aggressive and those kind of things, but he was the kind who actually raised us as a mother. And I always felt that that is one of the biggest shackles we have as humans, not to be there somewhere. And so when I started earning, one of my first goals was to buy a car, not because of the luxury of having a car, but because of the freedom to go somewhere at the time I want, middle of the night, early in the morning, whenever I want to go somewhere. That's where, the freedom of movement. And then after that, I understood that in the city, in urban city life, cars have their own restrictions. Anyone living in Bangalore would know the self-board jokes, right? Chennai had its own self-board jokes, and every city has its own self-board kind of bottlenecks. So then I realized, okay, the bike is the way. So after that, I got a bike, and I started telling to myself that 4 wheels can move your body, 2 wheels can move your soul. And now that after the bikes have also now started finding it difficult to navigate through the city roads, I'm thinking, what next? So the what next, what I can think of is having my own flight, my own charter flight. So, and also fly it. So probably, for me, it's about getting wings, getting the freedom to be anywhere at this point of time. When I was actually when I was very small, one of my dreams was that I will have my lunch in one country, breakfast in another country, dinner in another country. So 2 of that has been completed. The third I could not. So 2 times, once I had my lunch in Indonesia and my dinner in Singapore. In another case, I had my breakfast in Singapore and my dinner in Thailand. But 3 countries in one day has not been possible. So probably that would be possible when I have my own chartered flight. So yeah, I mean, that freedom of movement, having my own charter flight, having wings, having the freedom to fly and be anywhere, that's my dream. Thank you.
So, Sourav, do you really need wings? You have a cape. With a cape, I think you can travel all over the globe. You can travel to the moon as well. So, do you really need wings? But then, Sourav, coming back to my question, you have so many dreams. Could you give us a little tips on how we can also not limit ourselves? Don't think about small things. A tip to the audience.
See, there is no tip to the audience. It's not that I already have a chartered flight, so I'll tell you how to fulfill your dreams, right? So I can only give a tip. Probably you are probably closer to my mom's dream, or maybe my dream at some point of time, because I think everyone sitting in this call at some point of time have dreamt to become a doctor. And I think you are the only person who has probably achieved that, right, in this call. So I think if anyone qualifies to say that, and that to a cancer specialist, right? So I don't know about the other's profession, if anyone else also is a doctor here, so please excuse my ignorance. But from where I stand, I definitely, Bindu, my mom would want me to be someone like Dr. Bindu Joseph, right? So that's what, her fulfillment of the dream is concerned. So I can't give tips, honestly, Bindu, but one thing I can do is, one of the things what I've realized is that, we remain average because we don't dare to dream. I'll tell you, like my daughter, she loves playing cricket. And I took her to the cricket coaching camp, and she was the only girl there. And rest everyone are boys there. And I told the coach that, is it okay for her to? She says, yeah, absolutely fine. She has got a very good prospect because now the women cricket team is actually rising and shining, and there is less competition. So for all you know, by 14-15, she may actually qualify for the state or even the national under 19, right? If she continues to practice well. I told this to my dad, and my dad said that, yeah, let her do and practice. Don't dream so much. I said that's the problem. That's what has always been our problem. Whenever I said I want to do something, you were like, don't dream so much. So I kept it very small. So, those tiny steps have only taken me that far. I don't want my daughter to have the same problem. Let her dream of being in the Indian 11, playing 11. What's going to hurt? She'll not be there. That's a big deal, right? That's all that's going to happen. But if she doesn't dream about it, I'm pretty sure she'll never aim for it. So yesterday she was traveling with me and there was a picture of Virat Kohli on a glass window and she said, Virat Kohli, Virat Kohli. I said, tomorrow I want to see your picture there and people should be shouting, Piyasha, Piyasha. And so that's how I dream it. And that's how I want her to dream it, because dreams don't hurt. But if you don't dream, you die with regrets. I think that's painful.
Thank you, Sourav. That's such an important part. And yes, that's a message to me because as I told you, I often don't have the courage to dream. So I'm going to get inspired by the way that you have inspired your daughter. Now, our third panelist is basically a versatile savior as far as I'm concerned. Toastmasters Smruti. I mean, you represent a dream to me. I mean, I just can't imagine being told on the spot right after I am destined to be in the role of a grammarian, that can you be a panelist in a 40-minute discussion? I choke on all the frogs. I would not be able to eat it, believe me. So thank you so much, Smruti, for accepting to be a panelist. And I'm sure that you are going to provide very valuable insights. So you are a software engineer, if I'm not mistaken. And I think you have climbed to quite a valuable position in a short period of time. You must have had several dreams. And you must have had a lot of hurdles also in attaining these dreams. I mentioned some roadblocks. You have fear, you have procrastination, and you have laziness. Can you tell us maybe or share with us a roadblock that you had in your journey and how you were able to overcome that?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bindu, for giving me this opportunity to share my 2 cents on this topic. Let me start with the very first moment when I was asked this question, what's your dream? And that question came at a very early age, to be honest. What I answered, I said, my dream is to get up and sleep better the next day. Yeah, that's exactly what I saw on my mom's face when I answered that question. But I actually wanted to do that. I always dreamt that I'll get up and then once the entire day is done, I'll go back to sleep. And I want to have a good dream again. Then someone told me that dream has to be something very personified. You have to imagine a character, you have to imagine a role. Then I started, it was a task for me. Oh my God, it was such a troublesome task for a teenage, not even a teenage, a very young child to dream. The dream was a purpose for me. I used to go to sleep before that. I have to imagine this is what I'm going to dream. That was hell of a ride for me. Later, I thought, okay, dream is something like ambitious. Dream is something like a career. So the definition of dream kept on changing, and I didn't change it. The society forced me to change it. They asked me to give a name to your dream, a character to your dream, a definition to your dream. But to be honest, my dream still remains the same. I want to sleep today, better today, to see a better tomorrow. My profession was completely into sales domain, B2B sales and marketing domain. Spent 7 years in that particular field, had my own hurdles. Reason being, one, I'm not sure if I would say this, but it's a very hard fact to digest. Your gender plays a bigger role when you are in a B2B sales domain because you are predominantly around men over there. Second, which is more than the gender, is your height. A height matters the most. A height of at least 5 is kind of a to-do thing or a must-have thing in this particular sales field. And I lacked everywhere with respect to gender, with respect to height. But thankfully, I had some education and experience which helped me to nourish there. I had my hurdles with respect to society, to be honest, because I was always surrounded by women, my mom and my sibling. So they were the motivation for me. So hurdles might came across with respect to the thought process, with respect to the circumstances, and I would second the thought of procrastination that was not given by society. I created it. So I was responsible for the same. Overcoming that was very important. I had a Brian Tracy in my life who taught me to eat that frog. That was my mom. She gave me a right advice at the right time that it's okay. It's okay to give a definition, even not to give a definition to your dream. But the moment you dream, make sure you are chasing for it. You're working towards it. And even if you don't achieve it, it's okay. There is no particular age to dream a new dream. So just go for it. That was the message which I got from her. Until date, I sleep and dream to have a better sleep tomorrow and to see a better future tomorrow. Back to you, Toastmaster Bindu.
Shruti, that is such a volume of inspiration that you just gave in those 2 minutes. I swear. I mean, I love the fact that you said you don't have to define dreams. And sometimes defining dreams itself is a problem because you don't relate with something that, you have to define. Sometimes it can be versatile. As I was telling Sourav the other day when he asked me about what do I dream, and like you, my dream is to wake up with a smile of anticipation, knowing that I'm going to go to a job and do work throughout the day that I feel I love, and come back with a sigh of satisfaction that I have helped others. And be the best that I can on that particular day and not wait for some future plan where I'm supposed to be the best possible person I can. Every day counts. And every day could be a dream that you make it happen. The best possible person, best possible version of yourself. And Shruti, I love the way that you brought it out. And I can actually relate to your gender problems, even though people won't believe that it happens in our sort of setup with doctors, but it's there. So I think I will have time for one more question to all of the panelists. And I'm going to go to you, TTM Nancy, first. Can you, in short, just tell us, if you have a dream, what would be your way of creating a game plan for the dream? Let's say with relation to Toastmasters, so that our audience of Toastmasters can benefit from it.
The key of a game plan, Dr. Bindu, here is that there's no game plan for anything that you want to achieve. I always felt that it's about your conviction, your accountability, to what extent do you want to go. But at the same time, you need to understand how you need to be dynamic, be versatile, and know when to let it go. Many examples in my life, whatever I've told you from my journey there, I was into job, then into entrepreneurship, then into job, then into entrepreneurship. Not that I'm letting go of my dream anywhere, but the tasks that I had at hand, the situation I was in, I learned that the conviction was always there. It is still there. But I had to let go certain things at those point in time because otherwise it won't happen. Similarly in Toastmasters as well, whatever you want to achieve here, achieve with conviction and accountability. In fact, Toastmasters is the best example to be accountable for a platform to show your accountability. Here, you have no risk of failure. You can fail in your job. You have repercussions of failure in your job. You have repercussions of failure in your business when you are an entrepreneur. But what repercussions do we have here? Maybe a missed meeting, or a VP education running behind you for slots. Why didn't you appear here? If you are accountable in these scenarios where you have no risk of failure, no one, to make you feel bad about it, or for that matter, anything of that matter, that's the place where you can show that, yes, I can develop this skill. XCOM rules, what do we get out of it? Whenever we pick up a president role or VP education role, VP membership role, or any of the roles till sergeant at arms. We have a lot on our plate every week. And when you are part of Gabbys XCOM, thrice in a week. But what do we achieve out of it? While working with a set of leaders, we understand not just creativity, not just responsibility, but accountability as well. So that's the game plan. That's how you achieve it. Understand the conviction part, but at the same time, understand when you have to let it go.
Thank you, Nancy. Self-directed personal advancement. I just love what you have defined it as. In other words, don't believe in a game plan. Create the rules yourself as you go, as you feel that your dream requires it. Modify it, be versatile, like Nancy has told us how to do it. I think I will have time for one more question from the panel, and I think, Sourav, that is going to be to you. Sourav, like most of us, you hold so many roles in life. You just said you are a father, you are a major, powerful Gabbian, and I'm sure a few other roles as well. Now, in this cacophony of roles and daily living, where do you find time for your dreams? To review your dreams, do you put aside a time maybe every day or every week or every month or after a certain goal is achieved to sustain your dreams? Sourav?
See, the way I see it is your dreams are not your goals. The goals should be ideally a subset of your dreams, because otherwise you will always keep on having this problem of I wanted to be a writer and I have ended up being a driver. Right. So I think that's the major problem that most engineers, at least I've seen, face, that, you've seen engineers become painters, engineers become poets, engineers become this and that, management students, IAS officers, IPS officers, everything except an engineer. But they all wanted to be an engineer, right? So at some point of time. So I think this is one problem that happens when your goals are not a subset of your dreams, but then dreams are not goals. So you don't really find time for your dreams. You find time for your goals. And the dreams are much bigger to me. So there are close to 7 TTMs on this call. I don't think any of us joined Toastmasters thinking that our dream is to become a distinguished Toastmaster. I think we have dreamt of something much bigger, of probably uplifting people, kind of helping people grow. And DTM was one milestone in that. In fact, people who dream of becoming a DTM, I always tell them, have a serious look at that, because if being a DTM is your goal, then that's very achievable. There are people who can do it, and they do it. We all know here, right? You manage a few credits here, a few credits there, and then you are done with your 2 parts. It's not a big deal. But is it worth it? That's the question. So I think the dream should not be something within your reach. It should always be a little farther away. I could have said, my dream is to fly first class on Emirates, right? But that is still achievable. Maybe a little stretched, but it's achievable. But when I say owning a chartered flight and then flying it myself, it's way beyond where I see the horizon. It's way beyond that, right? Because it's about me learning how to fly, then owning a flight, right? Both of that has to happen. And so it's way beyond the horizon. So what I feel is that you don't make time for your dreams. You make time for your goals. You work towards your goals, and you keep seeing dreams, because that's what keeps you inspired. When I close my eyes, you have that own very personal time, no? When the time when you go to bed and then you fall asleep, I think that's the personal time. They say an English term for that. I'm forgetting that term. No one can actually take that time away from you. No, no one in this world. That's your time. That's absolutely your time. And in that time, I think of that, this thing about having my own chartered flight. And this is the first time I'm sharing in any public meeting, at least in Toastmasters. I've never shared this, but sounds crazy, sounds ridiculous. And I'm currently trying to keep my 3rd startup alive. The first 2 failed and died. So sounds, extremely ridiculous that I can even think of having a chartered flight, because currently I probably have to think twice before buying an international flight ticket. right? So that's my condition now. So there, but then as I said, dreams have to be beyond your reach, immediate reach. So that's my way of looking at it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sourav. You have just elaborated on staircase to heaven. And it's not what you attain in heaven that's important, but it's the staircase, the steps, where you reach, whether it's a tree or the star or the moon, all on your way. They have their individual levels of satisfaction, and they are important as well. And yes, Sourav, thank you for sharing something. I feel privileged. You have shared something you have never shared at Gabbys before. And I'm still pretty young in Gabbys. So thank you for that. Now, I think I have spoken and asked a lot of queries, quite a lot. Now, I'd love to have some interaction from the audience. We may have time for about 1 or 2 questions. Just before you post your question, just raise your hand and try to limit it to a single question and not a clubbed question for the interest of time. Yes, Shrilakshmi, I see your hand raised. Please, all the panelists are at your disposal.
Yeah, when I told about my dream to my mom, she's telling people like you all are get disappointed, and people like you are addicted to drugs. This kind of, and when I tell about my mom about my dreams, I am, because of disappointment, many people get into drugs. This is the reason she told me yesterday itself.
So Nancy, your mom is your inspiration. Would you like to answer Shrilakshmi's statement?
I can definitely answer this, but since Smruti is the one who hasn't taken up any, much time, so I'll rather pass it to her. After that, maybe I can answer.
Smruti, she's passing the buck to you. So being the versatile Toastmaster you are, please take it up.
Thank you so much. I second Shrilakshmi to that point. Reason being, she is mom. She has a different way and approach to look towards your dream. So that's pretty much practical in her way, but she has a very valid point. Yes, you might lead to those disastrous result and consequences if you don't have the 2 P's in life. The P's which Toastmaster Bindu explained, the perseverance, and you have on top of it, if we start procrastinating. Balancing out these 2 factors will definitely help us to have a better life and dream. If we don't balance these 2, then we might lead to drugs and addiction. So that's my point here.
So I hope you got that valuable tip, Shrilakshmi. And I think I'll just take one more question from Toastmaster Noor.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Like the doctors, how they treat diseases, they usually treat the symptoms, right? Most of the time, we know what the problem is, and we know how to fix it, right? So dreaming big is a solution for achieving something. But not all of us actually dream big, right? We fail to dream big somewhere or there. Now, I want to know from the esteemed panelists, what is the perspective about why actually people fail to dream? Back to you, madam.
So this is open to any of the panelists. Why do we fail in our dreams? You could raise your hand and just answer. Or in the interest of time, Sourav, could you give him an answer for this?
I can give it, and then Nancy or Smruti can add to it. Again, no, right? As I said, like, we don't fail in our dreams, we fail in our goals. How can we fail in our dreams? Because dreams is something that happens to us. We don't plan for it. I mean, I can go to sleep thinking that today I will be dreaming about so and so person, or I will be dreaming about so and so place, but it will not happen like that, right? So we fail in our goals, and that's okay, because that's what we keep on pushing. I mean, who knows it better than you? You are a doer and an achiever yourself. But dreams is something which I always believe is beyond success and failure. It's like a motivation. At least that's how I look at it.
Thank you, Sourav. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I I'm sure that our panelists are a little bit curious about what the other panelists have spoken about their dreams. Now, I'm going to give an opportunity of any one of the panelists to ask a question to our panelist. In other words, their fellow panelists. And to do who gets this lucky dip, I'm going to ask our Toastmaster of the day, Keshav, what color do you like? Do you like yellow or let me see, was it orange or do you like red?
Yellow.
Yellow. So Nancy, it falls on you because your background was yellow at that time when you had the promo. So you can ask Sourav or Smruti anything related to dreams.
Okay, Smruti, I have this question for you. If you get a chance to change your dream to something else, would you like to change your dream now?
I have my long-term dream, which is set in place, which I repeatedly just iterated it. I just want to have a better dream tomorrow. But yes, I know, and now I got to know there is a thin line between dream and goal. So if I would like to change something, I would like to draw that line a bit darker there, so that I have a clarity in place. I would try to see what dreams can be transformed into goal, and then I would like to have a pathway for the same, so that there will be certain steps to achieve, there will be a better clarity over there. And if in case I fail to achieve that particular goal, I'll just push it back to my dream and will sleep happily ever after. Thank you.
Thank you, Smruti. So I think we've learned quite a lot about dreams, and we've heard a lot about dreams that you probably would not have expected when you joined this particular meeting and thought about dreams. What are they going to speak about? And I'm sure that you have been inspired. DTM Nancy has shown that inspiration can happen in any phase of your life. Maybe when you go back from this meeting, you would like to reflect and see that in your past, have you had that inspiration and you've not realized it? In your present, do you know someone who is inspiring you and you've not realized it? Or maybe there is just someone you have to, or some event you have to look forward to that can be your inspiration, because you need motivation for perseverance in dreams. And one of the best motivation is to have a concrete concept of an inspiration, someone to help you with your dreams. Then you found from DTM Sourav that the dream itself can be versatile. It's not necessary that it has to be so concrete, black and white. It can change as you evolve, and I think Smruti has also substantiated that in her last answer to the query from the audience. Dreams can be versatile. And as both Sourav and Smruti has said, it's sometimes not the ultimate dream that is important and not the ultimate dream that is going to give you the satisfaction, but it's the steps to achieve that dream, the small goals that come in between, and the satisfaction of the confidence that it gives you once you attain that goal. It's like a mini dream in itself, and it makes you stronger to maybe change your dream into something a little more bigger. Like Sourav said, it might be this one day, but it has to be bigger than you. So you've learned so much about it. I have learned so much about it. And maybe I might just have the courage to dream and think in terms of a heaven and a step case. And instead of my 10,000 addictive steps, I might add a few steps in that staircase towards my dreams as a part of my daily routine. I think that I am almost short of time. Timer, could I please request to know how many minutes I have left so that I might take one more question from the floor?
1 minute remain.
Okay, as I have only 1 minute left, I don't think I have time for that. So thank you all. I really sincerely thank all my panelists for helping me.
I have a question since I've got 1 minute left.
Yes,
Question.
Saurav.
Did you ever dream to become a doctor?
Actually, I did. And that will be told to you into a 5 to 7 minute Toastmaster project speech during some time in the future. I have told it before, and I'm going to leave that suspense so that you can hear it in the future. There is a story behind it, believe it or not. It was not the, either be a doctor or engineer, which in my era was only two choices you had. There's something of a little bit behind that as well. So, like I said, thank you all, my dear panelists, and especially thank you, Smruti. You saved my day and you helped me actually digest my frog today. So thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Let's have a huge round
Thank
of
you.
applause for the panelists and the panel. Such an amazing panel discussion I have just witnessed now. Thank you, Toastmaster Bindu, DTM Sourav, Toastmaster Smruti, and Toastmaster NC. So let's have the 5 minutes break. It's 8:36. We would be back at 8:41. Is it fine for everyone? Okay.
Toastmaster Maanvi, do we have a song to play?
I was about to message her about it. Someone can play a song, not a background music.
What I would suggest is better than a song would be for those of the people who are here right now. Now, what are your thoughts about your dreams? Did you ever have a dream? And did you have any set goals? And how did you achieve it? Just like anyone until the break.
Did you have one? Let's start with you.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I did. In fact, I dreamt to become someone who can actually be of use to others. This was an idea which was planted in my head a very long time back by my grandmother. She said, if you want to be anything in your life, be useful to us, whatever you do, it doesn't matter. So I went on to do my engineering, then I started my business. And luckily, a couple of them failed and a couple of them succeeded. With that, but all my focus is on being useful to myself, to my family, to the people around, in whatever I do. I don't have a big goal like I want to now go to a different planet for that matter, or do something like very big or earn billions of dollars. No, I don't have that kind of. I have small dreams. I do not have big. I try to have big dreams, but it usually I am hampered by my own self. That's why I asked the question to Saurabh and to the other panelists, that what hampers you to dream big, right? I have plenty of reasons, but that's my short story. I leave it to anybody on the floor to share their dreams and their goals.
Okay, that was so very insightful. be beneficial to others. Wonderful. Ilios, are you still there? Can you share something about your dream?
Hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have a dream. I want to become happy because sometimes happy is not easy. And people say that, oh, your dream is so cheap. It is so easy to be happy. I'm just asking, are you sure? Being happy is not about you are rich, you are healthy, you have a lot of connection. Being happy is about you are being in the present. How you don't care about what happened on the past, but still remains, and you are still have a dream or hope to be in the future. So back to you, TTM Najib.
Wonderful. I think we have 1 or 2 more minutes by the time everybody comes back. Yes.
Now it's time up, I think.
Yes. I see the TMOD back.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, for entering the stage. Okay, so let's start with the second session today, that is table topic session. For that, let me call upon the stage our table topic master, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh. Well, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh is a trainer, teacher, and a coach in a construction domain. He has trained over 7,500, more than 7,500 professionals in the last decade. With his coaching, he has imparted over more than 500 professionals' lives. He currently serves as a division director of Division B, District 92, and also the president of Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. Over to you, table topic master, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and visiting Toastmasters and those who are guests to Toastmasters. Let me confess, I too had dreams. I dreamt a lot. I have partially been successful in achieving what I dreamt. I continue to dream big, to be better than yesterday. In the process of dreaming, what happened was, I should tell you, while dreaming, procrastination is its side effects. And I hold the record of the biggest, best, and successful procrastinator. That was when, in 2013, I bought this book, Eat That Frog. Anyway, because of the background, you can't see this book. So all my table topics are extracts from that book, which I reread again after the theme was announced. You practice impromptu speaking, a skill that we get so very often in our lives, but don't do actually well in it. Guests are also allowed to speak after taking a topic from the table topic master. Here, you listen to the topic, think about the topic, organize your thoughts, and then speak. That's the gym of table topic section in Toastmaster. It's a small speech for about 1 to 2 minutes where you might have a opening, body, and conclusion. The timer, Toastmaster Gihan, will show you the timer cards, red, yellow, and green at 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds, and 2 minutes. Beyond 2 minutes 30 seconds, the speech, which if it goes beyond 2 minutes 30 seconds, one gets disqualified and you may not be considered to be in the voting list where you choose the best table topic speaker. I will pick people from those who are attending this meeting, especially those who are not on camera. So if you want to shy away, please come on camera. I might be lying as well. I may deceive you. Okay, here it is. The first topic. Can I request Toastmaster Wimpy to step forward and take a topic from me?
Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh.
Okay, would it be possible for you to come on camera?
Sorry for inconvenience. Can I take the topic without video? Is it fine?
Yes, since you have said yes, I'll give you a topic.
Okay, thank you.
Clarity is essential for a better plan. Clarity is essential for a better plan.
Yes. So, yes, it's really important whenever we dream for something or when we have any goal, clarity is one of the pointers to achieve towards that goal or the dream. So when I joined this industry, IT industry, I was just thought of like during my childhood, I always dream of becoming a software engineer. But how to become? I was like so passionate about that those days when I was in sixth standard or seventh standard. I used to see my uncles or my relatives sitting in front of laptop and doing all this coding and everything. I was so passionate about this, and I also dreamt about this that one day also I'll become this software engineer. But I don't know how to become uh, or follow this passion or become a software engineer. Slowly, once I completed my BTech, and then I started stepping on this and following this passion and got the clarity how to become and follow this passion. So clarity is one of the main pointer here to achieve my goal and follow my dream. So though I am already a software engineer, I also have a lot of list in my list, a plenty of things to achieve more dreams and goals as well. So yeah, that is my take on this topic. Thank you, DTM Nagesh sir. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing about clarity in your life. Now, quickly, let me move on to those who have raised hand. Toastmaster Ilias, you're good to take a topic? Okay. Every minute you spend on planning saves you more time. Every minute you spend on planning saves you more time.
But fellow Toastmasters, it is such an opulent resources in this world. Do you know what it is? It has 24 hours a day. And we have 365 days in a year. And I'm not such a good thing in math, so I don't know how many minutes it is. But I do believe every minute you spend on planning save you more time, because time is the opulent resources in the world. Just for an example, this is real life. When I planning to come to visit a Toastmasters club, I did some research, or even I am looking for from the WhatsApp group. And I took time for it. Maybe for the one day, I will get around 3 to 5 clubs. Not on my list. And even one of the best record I have is around 20 clubs in a day. I visited all around the world. And Yes, it definitely saved me more time. If I don't prepare it for it so well, I think I will gonna miss all of those meetings because it is not easy to navigate the time difference. The time zone is so different. So yes, agreed. Every minute you spend on planning saves you more time. Remember everybody, time is the most or even the most expensive resources in our life. Back to you, TTM Nagesh.
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding us that the most precious resource is the time. So save it. Wonderful. Now, before I go to the next person to give the topic, I want to put the top one topic for Diana on the chat, which she can respond by giving her response on the chat itself. Diana, here is your topic. There is more power in written words. There is more power in written words. So table topic speakers, please use the word of the day as much as possible, the word opulent. Now, let me give a topic to our Toastmaster, DTM Yusuf Chandra. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Always concentrate your efforts on urgent matters. Always concentrate your efforts on urgent matters.
Can I start?
Yes, please.
Yes. I always concentrate myself on urgent matters. In my life, I've got so many matters to care of. But I always put priorities. Which one I should priority it. The urgent one, I will do it. Let me give you an example. When I was a student, I had to face the final exam, as well as I had to look for money to pay for my school fee. There are two big things that I have to do. If I look for money, it means I didn't study for the next day exam. Why should I spend my time looking for money and leaving my exam? Because I got the money and I lost my exam. There is no point. The urgent one here is I had to concentrate to study. This is very urgent for me because if I didn't do it, I failed. So in the end, I didn't go to look for money, but I concentrated myself on studying. And as a result, I could pass that examination. And I still have got time to look for money. So I do agree with that statement. Do the urgent thing once. Don't bother with any other matters. We have to be able to think which one is more important than the others. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I do agree that think or do what the urgent matter first. Back to you.
Thank you so much for your thoughts about urgent matters. Identify it, focus on it, and work on it. Thank you so much. Now, let me move on to Toastmaster Kumar, who has come on camera and raised his hand. Toastmaster Kumar, your topic is resist temptation to clear small things first. Resist temptation to clear small things first.
Over to you. Toastmaster Kumar, were you able to hear the topic?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, now you are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay, what's the topic?
Resist temptation to clear.
Reset.
Resist.
Okay.
Resist temptation to clear small things first.
That's all. Truth all. Thank you, Table Topic Master. I will not fully agree with the statement because to me, whatever has to be done has to be done, whether it is small or big. If I have to learn ABC, I learn ABC. Then I go for my degree. It's no use aiming for my degree without learning ABC, which is a small thing. So that statement to me does not appeal. Nevertheless, sometimes there is some purpose in forgoing small things. Because if you take the other part, there will be something bigger for you. So you have to make your goal. You have to dream about it, what you want, and aim and go do it. To be successful, you have to do all things as they go. You have to clear your path step by step before you reach the top. You cannot go straight to the top. That is also another option. So what I actually cannot imagine is why should we leave small things away? To me, I don't agree. Things has to be done as they come. With one step, you come to another step and you continue till you reach the top, the biggest thing that you ever thought of or you want. Back to you, Table Topping Master.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Now let's move on to Nur Muhammad. Can you step forward and take a topic from me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Maximize your personal power. Let your potential flower. Maximize your potential power. Let your personal power, let your potential flower.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. Very good evening to you all. So how many of you, please raise your hand, you think you have reached your potential, at least by half? We are full of people who have amazing potential, but do not really achieve that. At least me. I haven't reached my potential. I have failed numerous times. There is a difference between capacity, what your capacity is, what your potential is, and what your skill is. The skill is what you practice daily, consistently, and you have the skill for that particular. Your potential is what you think you can be and what you can become at the end of it. Now, if we do not match our capacities to our potential, then that gap which we have, that is what leads to failure. So if you have failed, please raise your hand. How many of you have failed? Very miserable. I have failed so many times that if I have succeeded even half of the time as much as I have failed, I think my life is success. So, my dear friends, if you want to maximize your life, your feeling of fulfillment that comes with living a particular life, that satisfaction which you have. Embrace common sense. Not just pick up some book, read some big words without understanding what it means, but rather use your common. See, like just now Kumar said, that do one thing at a time. What comes to you? Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. We plan so many things, but we fail to execute. What's the reason for that? Just pure procrastination or pure failure to do the task at hand. So do the task at hand. All right, whatever task is at hand. If you're not sure of doing anything of the 2 or 3 of things which you're thinking, just pick one and do it. I'm sure once you get into the groove, you will do amazing. So if you want to maximize my potential of your life, just do the thing at hand. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for emphasizing on the potential that each one of us has. That was my time as table topic masters. Toastmasters, let me read for you one line that is at the back cover of this book, Eat That Frog. It says, get more of the important things done today. Wishing you a happy new year 2024. May you do all important things in its urgency. Back to you, TMOD, Toastmaster Keshav.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, and all the fellow speakers who came up and speak for the topics. I would like to know from the timer if there is any disqualifications.
There is no any disqualification. All are qualified.
Okay, that's nice. That's great. Now, can we launch the polls of the best table topic speakers? Or should we do it later? Okay, I can see the polls.
The vote has gone. There is no vote on the screen.
The Tech Master, can you please look for the same?
It just vanished.
Yeah, it's just vanished.
I think TechMaster will look into it. Let's move ahead with the next section. There it comes. While you're voting, we can move on.
Okay, that sounds great. Let's continue with the theme. Eat that frog. Well, the concept of eat that frog is pretty simple. Identify your frog, that is, aka your hardest and the most important task for the day. Just one. Eat it. Do the most important task first thing in the morning. Don't give yourself a chance to put it off for later. And repeat every day. You will be amazed to see how small, quick steps could taken a consistent add up big accomplishments. Now, I would like to ask you all, how many of you prepare those to-do lists, those schedules, those tasks that I want to do this thing, I want to do that thing? How many of us prepare those to-do lists? Okay, that's great. I can see raise of hands. Anyone would like to share their experience while preparing those to-do lists? I mean, what are their mindsets or how many tasks they are able to complete or accomplish? Toastmaster Usha?
Wow. I think I live by these to-do lists. And unless I write them down and prioritize what I need to do in the beginning of the day and then move on to the less prioritized work chores that I have, I think at my age, I survive only because of those to-do lists. I cannot rely on my memory and say that I'll do this in the morning, I'll do this in the evening. So for me, the to-do lists, I have I have my diary, I have my laptop, I have my phone, I have reminders. So I think that works for me. It works perfectly.
That's nice. Anyone would like to add on that? Okay, I can see Toastmaster Bindu.
Well, I'm going to be a little contrary. I actually find to-do lists a little demotivating because when you're not able to achieve it, you just feel bad about yourself. So personally, I do not believe in a to-do list, but I do believe in having one major item each day that I'd like to see done. Maybe there might be some minor items other than that. As long as I achieve that one item, I feel good about myself. So maybe to-do lists don't work for everyone. Back to you.
Indeed, Toastmaster Bindu.
Kumar?
There is.
Kumar?
Yes, TTM Nagesh.
I want to share two happiness about my to-do list. One is I feel happy when I don't complete something and write the to-do list again in the next day's page. I feel very happy about it. Secondly, I feel happy when I don't have something in my to-do list, but I finish it, I write it and tick it off. I feel happy about it. Back to you, TM.
Indeed, nice. Yeah, actually, these are the two things that once we don't able to complete it, and once we shifted, like that mindset that we have now, we haven't completed it, but we need to do it as per the basis. So having that mindset, it's important. And yeah, this is the concept of eat that frog. And do you believe that there is a concept of 80 by 20? Are most of the works completed by just doing the 20% of the most important works? Like there is one major work that consists of the 80% occupancy of your total work. If you had just completed that work, so it would be you would be able to accomplish your 80% of the work for the day. Now, for making the to-do list, yes, it works for me. While I was in 12th, not knowingly about this book, and when I get familiar about this book, I understand the importance of preparing the to-do list, also prioritizing it. It is the key element of it. Like there are a lot of works, there are a lot of tasks that you need to do. But healthily allocating and prioritizing those works is pretty important. Now, another question is, how many of us do procrastinate? Or let me reframe it. How many of us do not procrastinate?
Hello, Kumar? What's your question, please? Not clear?
I want to know that is there is anyone who don't procrastinate?
Please repeat slowly.
Sure. Well, we would be back on track on these topics. Firstly, let's start with the third session of the day, that is the evaluation session. And for that, I would like to call distinguished Toastmaster Usha Udayashankar of today.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Keshav. Indeed, we are right on track for the final segment of today's meeting, which is the evaluation and feedback. And today we've had a great panel discussion here. So let's move on to the evaluation of that panel discussion. Our evaluator today is a chartered accountant by profession and a public speaker by preference. He's a consultant helping small and medium enterprises with setting up, startup, transformation, and operations. He's a certified coach helping individuals and teams achieve their full potential. Member of clubs in District 20, 80 and 82. As a trainer, he works with organizations on course development, organizing, and delivery. The recent offices he has served, he's the immediate past president of Pinnacle Advanced Toastmasters Club, Sri Lanka. He's the past president of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, Bahrain, and has served his many clubs in all ExCom roles. He has also served in area and division leadership roles. He's a speech contest winner in all categories up to district level. Enjoys being a mentor and coach for aspiring public speakers. He aims to leave behind useful knowledge that could benefit humanity and himself for eternity. Wow, that's a great introduction, sir. Please put our hands together. Let's all put our hands together to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Farhaz. Over to you, sir.
Madam General Evaluator, thank you so much for that very generous introduction. I don't know from where this was obtained. I probably gave this at an earlier stage. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity given to me to be an evaluator for what was a very informative, a thought-provoking, and an amazingly useful panel discussion. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this. And let's give a hand to the moderator and to all the panelists for this. Please join me in that. Right. Now, let's quickly get on to what I found were the great best parts of the panel discussion, starting with how the moderator set out the topic from the beginning and brought me as an audience into this panel discussion very skillfully and in a very methodical manner with an opening statement and a series of questions. Next, the panel panel moderator made sure that each of the panelists were introduced very aptly and as required during the course of it. The third thing that I saw that was brilliant was how the panel moderator made sure the questions that were asked of the panelists were open-ended and not in such a way that it just needed a yes-no answer. It really needed discussions. It needed proper context to be built in before a point of view is put on. So that was the other third brilliant thing that I thought. Of course, there's a lot more, and let me quickly rattle it out in my available 2 to 3 minutes. The next thing that was the communication style. It was very conversational. It was so smooth. Anybody could have understood it. It could be people at my age, and it could even be my little nephews and nieces. If they were seated here, this would have been an amazing motivational lecture for them. So brilliantly done. The public speaking skills were necessary in this project as part of the project objectives. I saw vocal variety. I saw eye contact with the camera. I saw gestures being thrown in and a lot of beautiful words. I heard cacophony of roles coming in. 1,000 addictive steps came in. There was an evil twin and the stepsister. Brilliantly done, madam. Brilliantly done. Hats off to you. Now, let's see what are the couple of things that I observed that we could perhaps do slightly differently. The opening statement, whilst important, I felt was a little too long because this is a panel discussion and the focus should be on the discussion and not on that initial introduction. It was important, but perhaps consider cutting that a little bit shorter. The second and very crucial thing was time management. We had 3 panelists, and I would have loved to see an equal allocation of time among all the 3 panelists. I know there was a last-minute dropout and there was a last-minute induction into the panel, so perhaps you had that in mind. However, a more proper sharing of time would have been better. The third thing that I saw was you kept on repeating in the interest of time and in the interest of time a few times, and I felt at a certain stage it was like a gap filler and a bit distractive. Just throw that out and just continue with the next thing. In summary, amazing panel discussion, great introduction of topic, asked questions properly, panel was introduced, conversational style, pay attention to time management properly among everyone, and just see if we could curtail on the introduction. Thank you so much for making me a part of this great event, and hand over control back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, TTM Farhaz. That was fantastic. Very well done evaluation. We now move on to another very interesting segment of today's meeting, where we have our listener who will be coming up with a lot of interesting questions for the audience. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Who is the evil twin of dream according to Toastmaster Bindu?
Procrastination.
Yes, sir, it's right.
I have notes.
Who is DTM Nancy's inspiration?
Her mother.
Yeah. What DTM Sourav bought from his first income?
Bike.
Yeah, very good. And by looking at Virat Kohli's picture, what DTM Sourav told his daughter?
The next time I want to see your picture on that.
Yeah. Who inspired Toastmaster Smruti to dream?
Pass.
Okay, it's her mom. Who at the last moment, who helped Bindu to digest today's meeting, today's panel discussion?
Smruti.
Yeah, very good. Oh, good. Everyone are listening. Most of us answered very well. Thank you, everybody. Over to you, DTM Usha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi. I think that was very quick session that you conducted, but well done. Now I'll move on to the reports by the role players. Toastmaster Gihan, are you there? Oh, we've already done with the table topics, so we don't have. What was the time taken by Toastmaster Bindu?
40 minutes and 24 seconds.
Wow. Right on time, Bindu. Thank you so much. I'll now move over to Toastmaster Karthik. Are you ready with your report?
Yes, I'm ready with my report. I'm just sharing my screen. Okay, so as you can see my screen, so here is the account report, and you can see many of speakers have used as and so as their filler words. Most of the filler words has been today's in meeting is and so. And today the total count of all crutch words in this today meeting is 59. So I would say less than from last meeting, which I have seen last account report. So kudos to all speakers. And also would like to thank few speakers who have never used any of these crutch words and filler words. So give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Maanvi, to distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, distinguished Toastmaster Farhaz, Noor Mohammed, Toastmaster Noor Mohammed, and Toastmaster Kumar, who have never used any of these crutch words and filler words. And I would urge again every speaker to use less of these crutch words and filler words to make your speech have a more impact. And I'll paste this report on the chat. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik. May I please request Toastmaster Smruti, our grammarian, to come up with her report, please. Over to you, Smruti.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I will just quickly share my screen. Is my screen visible with the report? Okay, great. So today's word of the day was opulent. Opulent, I have made spelled it with the pronunciation so that you can use it in your everyday today activity whenever you come across this terminology. The terminology means be wealthy, luxurious, lavish, rich, successful, and well off. We discussed regarding the usage in variety of ways. Now coming back to the meeting, to begin with the panelists, with the discussion, with the moderator, we had a lot of good usage of word. But before that, we had one special person who used the word of the day, who is Toastmaster Ilias. Let's give a huge round of applause to the Toastmaster who used the word of the day. So there are a lot of things which has been used very beautifully, which are humorous metaphor, a touch of self-control, less of I, more of us, and a lot of metaphors and similes were used in this particular meeting. Moving ahead, we had many more in the screen just for your reference. In interest of time, let me go back to the rhetorical devices which has been used in this particular meeting. Questions like, do you believe it? What are they? By Toastmaster Bindu. Will it happen? Do you need wings? Next, the anaphor, in life, in success, with a repetition of word to begin with. Moving on with a hyperphora, the question and then answered by that. I'm leaving the screen for 2 seconds so that audience can run through it and maybe use it whenever they get an opportunity to speak. Also certain alliteration and with a similar pronunciation which has been used in the meeting. Few recommendations from my end, though the usage of words were really beautiful, the terminology has been stressed better. However, we can all be mindful while using the tenses, particularly when we speak about where to use is and are, we have to be mindful on those lines as well. And one thing which I picked is rather than using not knowing, we can use something called unknowingly. Similarly, not descriptive or something like that. These things can be well used in place so that the sentences can be more tactful and useful. Thank you so much for the time. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Very, very beautifully and very beautifully done slides. I think that was fantastic, Toastmaster Smruti. You were so alert and notifying or identifying the different figures of speech in conversations which were held here today. Well, thank you so much for that. I'll come up with my evaluation of the meeting, general evaluation. I think the meeting started bang on time at 7:30. We had Toastmaster Maanvi, the Sergeant at Arms. It's not SAA, it's Sergeant at Arms. So that A, the middle A, should be an at. I'm very, very particular about that because people tend to say, who is the SAR in this meeting? There is no SAR. It's Sergeant at Arms. So let's make a note of that. She started the meeting very, very well with all the protocols in place, but she forgot the mission of the club. And I think that is very, very important. We need to reiterate the mission of the club in every meeting. So I've already mentioned that to her. And then we came on to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Sourav, TTM Sourav. DTM Sourav, such a wonderful address that you gave to all of us. You made a very, very clear identification of people. You welcomed the audience. You got the guests to introduce themselves and made everyone very comfortable, even though it's an online session. But thank you so much for that. We'll now move on to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Keshav. Keshav, such a wonderful topic to choose. And it's a very familiar topic. Many of us have read the book, Who Ate the Frog? Or Eat Your Frog. And I love the personal touch that you gave by giving your own story. That I think everybody could relate to it. So that was very well done. I'll move over to the panel discussion. Bindu, Toastmaster Bindu, very well done. I love the topic that you chose. It's not easy to hold an audience's attention for 20 to 40 minutes, but you succeeded in doing that. I think the panelists whom you chose were also very enthusiastic. And throughout the 40 minutes, I could see all the three panelists were with you, supported you with all the questions that you asked them. Their answers was to the point. Smruti, thank you for chipping in the last minute and, being a part of the panel discussion. Again, it's not easy to join a discussion in the last moment. You need to prepare for it, and you are already there. So that is what a Toastmaster is supposed to have, this quality. So this is what Toastmasters teaches us. Just jump into a situation. Come on, I'm there, I'll do it. So that, if you have that intention, I'm here to help you out, and you did a great job, Smruti. So Nancy, you two were wonderful in the discussion, all three of you, but I think your evaluator has already mentioned that equal time should have been given to all three of them, which could have worked. Maybe the next time you do it, you'll work on that. Other than that, I think you had a great panel discussion. And we'll now move on to Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh, your table topic round. So beautiful. I loved all the topics. I have written down all the topics here. And I love the way every single person attempted these topics. Brilliant. Very well done. And I don't know who's going to win this table topics segment, but I think all of you, all 6 of you are winners there. You understood the topic, because the topic that you chose also was so easy to understand and attempt. So kudos to DTM Nagesh for that. Thank you so much, sir. Last but not the least, our evaluator, DTM Farhaz. With all the experience that you have, I think you really showed it to us when you evaluated that speech, the panel discussion. Love the energy that you brought in. And for me, when I see someone from the Middle East, I'm so happy, because I was in Dubai too for 33 years. So I think I have something a lot to relate to when I see someone from there. But it's always a pleasure to come back to Gabbys online Toastmasters club meetings. And it's how the time flew is unbelievable, because we didn't have any specific segment of prepared speeches, just one, and that held our attention until the end. Every single role player, Karthik and Smruti and Gihan and Shrilakshmi, you all are so into your roles. You don't, I love the way you prepare your reports, which is some takeaway for me. I would like someone to share this slides with me on my WhatsApp, please. I need to show it to other clubs. That's my takeaway from this Gabbys online Toastmaster. And believe me, all of you have frogs next to you. Don't eat them, please. Have a great evening ahead, and looking forward to attend many more meetings with this club. Thank you so much, Maanvi and Dharma. Where are you? You're there. She's saying hi to me. But over to the Toastmaster of the Toastmaster page.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Usha, and the team as itself. Now, and the polls of the auxiliary role players and the main role players will be shared via. Okay, we can see on the screen. I request all the members and guests to please cast their vote. Meanwhile, you are casting your vote. In the conclusion of theme, I would like to state that the novel not only gives you the tool that makes everyday matters, but also exhorts you to seize the day in approachable and inspirational. Therefore, Eat That Frog is your prescription for a more fruitful and satisfying experience. If you are prepared to throw off procrastination and enjoy the delicious taste of accomplishment, please read that book. And this is all about today's theme. Now, I would like to hand over the stage, Distinguished Toastmaster, our Presiding Officer, DTM Sourav.
Thank you so much, Keshav, for handing over the stage back to me. I am absolutely elated about the meeting today, and I'm not faking it. I'll tell you why. I always believe in facts more than feelings. But here it's kind of getting all mashed up. So first of all, I see some of my very favorite Toastmasters in the meeting today, people that I've learned from a lot. TTM Farhaz Farouk, who was my first chief judge when I was a voting judge. Obviously, I'll not tell you which club it was or which area it was. That's against the rules. But yes, I learned the ropes of judging with him. So he's kind of, held me by my fingers and learned how to judge in a contest. So one of my gurus in Toastmaster Noor Muhammad, he doesn't have a DTM tag in front of his name, but then he's one of the most respected Toastmasters in the Middle East. Go to a club and say you know Noor, and suddenly people will start respecting you. Even if they don't even ask that if Noor knows you. So it's like that, So it's about you knowing Noor is good enough. And DTM Usha, Udayashankar, and a lot, Akib, so many people today who I have personally, known and worked with. Thank you so much for coming to this meeting. The second reason is that today, this week particularly, most of the clubs that I know of, many of them are actually canceling their meetings because this being a festive weeks and all that. And somewhere under my breath, I had taken a promise that I will not cancel any of the Gabbys meetings this week. That's hard to do, particularly if you have got 3 meetings in a week. Having 1 meeting in a week and not canceling it is still doable, but having 3 meetings in a week and not canceling any of the meetings, and we are not canceling any of the meetings. Our next meeting is on 28th of December, and our next meeting is on 30th of December, and that's the last meeting of this year. After that, we are going to again meet on 2nd of January next year. So no meeting has been cancelled this year on account of any festival. And that is something that the only reason we canceled a meeting is when we all went for the area contest, because there was as many as 8 contestants in the area contest, out of whom 5 went to the division contest. So, it was more of a celebration of sorts. So we decided to be there with them and support them. So that was the only reason. I think it's totally worth it. But apart from that, we have never canceled a meeting because of festivities, because we consider this to be a festival of learning. And thank you so much, because without your support, this wouldn't have been possible. Before I announce the results, any quick thoughts from our guests? We have Mr. Biradar. I know we connected over a call. A quick 30 seconds. What did you feel about the meeting? And Amit, both of you stayed with us till the very end. If you want to share a quick 15 to 30 seconds of your insights.
I actually found this meeting very organized, and there are so many speakers over here who are such great orators. So I'm actually looking forward to learning a lot. So I really liked it. Actually, this is my first Toastmaster session ever. It was a very good one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Biradar, you would want to share something?
Hi, sir. Good evening to all. This is my first Toastmaster class. Actually, I'm since almost more than 6 months. I thought of joining, and I was somehow I am not able to join. Today I joined first time. This is very much, and it is, I can say, wow. I can say that I saw everyone, the way of the communication and way of discussion and way of the sharing that thoughts, and the time I saw the timers and all. No? Everything very good. It is. I'm feeling really very, very happy. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We'll stay connected and we'll discuss on the next step.
Sure.
Take it forward. Meenal Thakkar, are you a Toastmaster? Meenal, are you there? Okay, Shivani Raichura. These are some of the people and the names I'm not familiar with. If I'm not calling out your name, it's because I know you already. So please consider that as more of an appreciation from my side. Okay. So yeah, Shiva.
I'm really sorry to interrupt. Yeah. So I'm participating in such a meeting for the first time, and I really appreciate how people are coming up with topics which is very thought provoking, and really coming out with whatever their original thoughts are. And I really appreciate a platform like Gabby where you could come up with such topics and have a very meaningful discussion out of it. So I appreciate to be, invited to this meeting. And yeah, I guess I would want to continue ahead, and I'll surely get in touch with you when I'm surely looking forward to be one of the speakers as well, if I can, maybe in future.
Absolutely. Please visit our website, thegabbystmc.com, and all the details are there, www.thegabbystmc.com. One of our officers, if you can please put it on the chat. And with this, I would want to now wrap up the meeting. It's already pretty late for many of you, most of you. So let's quickly get going with this. But before that, please allow me another 10 seconds. I need to welcome someone, the newest member of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Sharon Clement Menzies. Welcome to the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Sharon just completed a speechcraft program, is about to complete a speechcraft program in a few weeks from now. Her graduation ceremony is in January, but she didn't want to wait that long and she decided to join the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome on board to the Gabbys, and thank you for choosing Toastmasters International as your learning partner. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And with this, I would now announce the results for today. So let me start with the best table topic speaker. I'm pretty sure it was tough for you to choose because there were some fantastic speakers, DTM Yusuf Chandra, DTM Ilias, Toastmaster Ilias, our own Bimpi, DTM Kumar, and the winner for today, Toastmaster Noor Mohammed. It's such a bliss hearing to this man, seriously. Every time I hear him, I'm amazed. How does he just come up with those kind of speeches? Toastmaster Noor, thank you so much for coming here.
You're welcome.
Okay, and now the best TAGL team player. Any guesses? This is the person who saved us the last minute in the panel discussion and saved the meeting from having any sinful usages of English language. And that is our very own Toastmaster Shruti Sagarika Mohanty. Congratulations, Smruti, for being the best TAGL role player as the Grammarian. And the last, but definitely not the least, this one was tough, I'm telling you, because the votes are like, it's looking like a very beautiful pie chart. Things are divided. We didn't have a poll for the speakers and evaluators, by the way, because we had only one speaker and one evaluator. So the best role taker for today, and the votes are all divided by 1-1 votes here and there, right? So it is our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Usha Udayashankar ma'am. Thank you so much, Usha ma'am, for coming to our meeting yet again. Thank you. Having you at the Gabbys is always such a learning for us. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And with this, I adjourn the meeting number 27 of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. We will be back with the meeting of the Gabbys International Toastmaster Club just 2 days from now. So log back in at 7 p.m. The same link that you have, bit.ly/thegabbystmc. Until then, happy learning. The meeting is adjourned.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.